Okay, but what about modern internet world? The main problem with those classic Telnet and FTP tools is insecurity. The user and password are transmitted over the network in plain text and can be hijacked by an evil hacker. Today they have practically been replaced by the Secure Shell utilities. Secure Shell provides secure encrypted communication between untrusted hosts on an unsecured network. And again, we have a remote shell and transfer tool, SSH client for remote login and execution program, and SCP secure copy, remote file copy program. In SSH, you must specify the host and can set user and port. If you don't set a user by default, you will try to log in with the same name as the local user. Alternatively, you can add the command if you want to run remotely, directly to the command line. Without that, SSH will just start an interactive shell session on the remote host. SCP copies files between hosts on the network. It uses the same authentication and provides the same security as SSH. Also, data transfer encrypted by SSH. You also might choose a port. You can use compression while transferring. By large C option. Secure Shell utilities can be configured for passwordless authentication using certificates. Finally, there are many tools that can be used to non-interactively access network resources in scripts. The first is the Lynx text web browser. With the dump parameter, it dumps the text formatted output of the URL of the web resource to standard output. This output can then be used when processing the web page in a script. Also, we have non-interactive network downloaders, wget, curl. Those tools can be used to download and mirror online resources offline. LFTP, sophisticated file transfer program with different access methods, FTP, FTPS, HTTP, HTTPS, HFTP, fish, SFTP, and file. And finally, AppSync, Remote and local file copying tool, which reduces the amount of data sent over the network by sending only the difference between the source files and the existing files in the destination. rsync is widely used for backups and mirroring, and as an improved copy command for everyday use. There are two different ways for rsync to contact a remote system: using a remote shell program as the transport, such as SSH or RSH, or contacting an rsync daemon directly via TCP.